I don't understand how any Republican will ever take her serious. If any Republican supports her in any way, shape, or form, and wants people like me, regular folks, to take them seriously with anything, that is impossible. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into the next video now with this one here. Now, one thing I do want to kind of say, I understand when some Republicans are so pro-American that it sometimes is annoying. Like, I understand it. You know, you want to represent your country. You want to make sure that your country is protected from foreign and domestic terrorists. You want to make sure that the establishments that were created for Americans stay upheld and you know does what it does. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that and I get it. But one thing I don't understand is when Republicans who will scream that from the mountaintop will go and do something that will literally contradict themselves. Now, Marjorie Taylor Green is a professional when it comes to doing that, because she wants to portray, and this is where grifters and this is where fake people fall apart by the seams right here. They have this facade that they portray, but their heart and their intentions will immediately contradict themselves. And this is what I mean. Let's go ahead and take a look at Marjorie Taylor Green literally committing treason. Like, she's literally sharing her treasonous ideas and her thoughts, and people cheer for this. Let's take a listen.
January 6th happens, and next thing you know, I organized the whole thing along with Steve Bannon here. And I want to tell you something, if Steve Bannon and I had organized that, we would have won. Not to mention, it would have been armed.
Whoa.
It is just antithetical to our...
Okay. Before we move on here, okay, we need to understand what she just said. Now, the audio was a little low. This was, recorded. I'm assuming at some church, maybe. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. But she literally just said, if it was her and Steve Bannon, and if you don't know who Steve Bannon is, like, maybe it's a good thing you don't know who he is, because it's such a waste of time of a person to try to figure out. But she literally said that if it was her and Steve Bannon who was in charge of organizing the January 6th protest or domestic attack, whatever you want to call it, they would have been armed and they would have won. What does that tell you? She literally wanted to commit treason. She wanted to commit. I don't understand how any Republican will ever take her serious. If any Republican supports her in any way, shape, or form, and wants people like me, regular folks, to take them seriously with anything, that is impossible. How are you going to align yourself with someone who wanted to commit a mass terrorist attack on our land? If Ilhan Omar, if she would have said half of the stuff she just said in this video, it would be a shutdown. People will be rioting all over America. This will be covered on every single news station. So how come nobody is having a fit when Marjorie is saying things like this? She wanted everybody to be armed and by any means necessary win that treasonous attack, that attack on the Capitol. By winning, I'm assuming they would have found whoever they needed to find and convince the American people and the government on Donald Trump winning. Now, how would that look? It would be a lot of murders. It would be a lot of captives. It will be a literal war here on American soil. And I don't understand how no Republican is taking this serious. It's crazy.
Our values as a country for a member of Congress to wish that the carnage of January 6th had been even worse, and to brag that they would have succeeded in an armed insurrection against the United States government. Violent rhetoric like this is also a slap in the face of the Capitol Police, the D.C. Metropolitan Police, the National Guard, and the families who lost loved ones as a result of the attack on the Capitol.
So what I don't, and I do understand, I understand how Republicans move. I do understand that they don't care who is representing their party as long as they win. And it seems like the crazier, the more rhetoric that you can push, the more off to the fringes that you can be, those are the people that you want, that they want voting for them. But what they do not understand is that the further down you go off the hinges with your rhetoric is going to attract those mentally ill, hateful people. What do you think is going to happen the next time? Oh, 2024? You're talking about Trump running again or DeSantis running again? And we have these people who seem to not understand that their words have power. And there's people who are listening to every single syllable that they are saying, saying, and they're going to take that seriously. I hope nothing happens the next go around. I mean, I really thought something was going to happen in the midterm. So far, so good. But if people like Marjorie Taylor Green continue to fuel the hate, saying that the next time, or not the next time, but this past time, if she was in control, everybody would have been armed and they would have won. They would have went down there and completed whatever mission that they wanted to complete. Hopefully, there's no one sick in the head who's full of hate listening to her and planning on doing something in the future, because this is exactly how it starts.